Community association living isn't inexpensive or carefree. Owning real estate is fundamentally expensive, so any expectations of inexpensive are out the window. And even though there are some complications, there's still no reason to be foolish or make silly mistakes. In webinars like this one, we share tips and techniques, and even some new tools that you might not be aware of, like UplanIt, our online reserve calculator. UplanIt allows you to test all your tweaks and adjustments to your reserve plan before they affect the association or your homeowners. Your choices matter because they create the future of your association. So with free webinars, our professional reserve study services, or tools like UplanIt, we're here to help you lead well, make wise decisions, and reach an improved future.
All right, now let me start to wrap up our program today with a little bit of teaching on some miscellaneous advanced concepts. The first is working with a reserve study professional. We're here to guide you towards, again, what's winning, having enough cash to do your projects on time. And the way you can help is to give us the facts, the cost and history, who did it, what was the scope of work on your various reserve projects. Keep a record. Have that record handy. Share it with your reserve study provider. We like to know what's on your mind. What is the current board's priorities? Is it all about landscaping, or is it turned to something else at the association? How has the demographics changed? And so what are the board's priorities at this time? Let us know. We can maybe shuffle some things around a little bit to meet your priorities. Don't worry about having undue influence. It's not like we have to be sterile and can't hear from you. We want to know what's going on at the association. We do want to have the facts, and we do know when to dig in our heels and say, we understand that you never liked the color of the pool furniture, but it's in good shape, and we're going to let it run for another 3 or 4 years until we replace it. We know when to dig in our heels. Don't take offense. And I want to make it clear, interest is good, but don't ever think it will completely offset inflation. You're never going to offset inflation with interest. That's a fallacy, and it's actually an absurd notion. And the reason is nothing to do with the interest rate or the inflation rate. It's all about the asset, because interest is only earned on the actual dollars you have in the bank, which is a small number. Inflation works on the entire value of all the assets, and that's a big number. So if you total up all your reserve components in your reserve study, that's what's changing with inflation each year, whereas you're earning interest only on the cash you actually have in the bank. Much smaller number. So maximize your interest, but let go of the idea that you're trying to offset inflation. You can use the banker's money, great, but don't think that it'll keep up with inflation. Just won't happen. The math, it just isn't there. And I wanted to put some green check marks on a page and leave you with some strong things at the end here. And these are things you can do in your best interest. Always characterize reserve funding as the cost of offsetting ongoing deterioration. Don't ever call them contributions. That sounds like it's voluntary. The deterioration bill is as real as any other bill at the association. It doesn't go away if ignored. That roof still needs to be replaced. That water heater still needs to be replaced. It's still there. And do your reserve funding steady and smooth through the years. Design it so it offsets deterioration, so every owner pays their fair share over time. If one person is there for 3 years, they're going to pay 3 times as much as the person who was only there for 1 year. And no one gets stuck at the special assessment year. And finally, focus on your reserve funding being a multi-year plan. Many of you are in a underfunded or significantly underfunded situation. That's unfortunate, but it happened over many years or perhaps even many decades. So understand that you may need a plan, a multi-year plan to stabilize your association and then get out of it. Fortunately, many of your costs are far away, a few years away, so you have some time to begin that plan and start to make some progress, but do start on that path. Start working the multi-year plan to build a better future for your association. So speaking about building a better future for your association, we've got this tool that we call UplanIt, and it is actually really cool. It allows you to get your fingers into your reserve study and see what happens when you push some of the numbers around. You can find some areas of sensitivity, and that no more just here's your reserve study. Good luck. Call me if you have a question. And this new tool allows you to test what's actually going on with your reserve plan. And it's called UplanIt. It's from Association Reserves. It's free throughout your budget season while you're working on your budget. And when you log in to our online client center, you can see your documents here, your reserve studies, and you just click to see UplanIt. And it's real simple. It's your sandbox to play with the numbers and see what happens. It doesn't affect your reserve study, but it allows you to see what happens if I do this, what happens if I do that. And UplanIt solves but we want to make some adjustments due to some things we forgot to tell you about, or we have some homeowner questions that we want to find out what the deal is. Budgeting's hard enough. So we've set you up with a simple but powerful tool to test your ideas and see what happens. And that's what we want for you. We want you to know what's going to happen. We want to see, oh, that's a bad idea. Face the facts that you may need to increase reserve funding, because we don't want your association to turn into this place called Aspen Creek. When I became board member at my association, I was left with a bag of trouble. We had to dig ourselves out of that hole. So remember that the decisions you make today are going to set your association up for success or failure. And I want you doing the hard work as board members to see your home values increase. And as you do that, you're going to carry all the other people in the association along with you. And that's leverage. That may be some of the most valuable work you do on a dollars per hour basis, moving, elevating the tide that lifts all the boats at your association, raising home prices for all the homeowners. So remember from that business judgment rule, that third rule is to reach out when you don't know the answer. I hope I made it clear, gave you some good ideas for today. But if you really don't know, reach out to your reserve study professional. We're here to assist you in the field of reserve planning, helping you collect the right amount of cash. I hope you're almost ready to say it, so that you can get your big common area repair and replacement projects done on time. So what more do we have? We have a deep library of additional resources on our website, reservestudy.com. There you'll find articles, videos, policy templates, and more. And if you want the Association Reserves advantage for your association, getting us on your team, you can get a no-cost reserve study proposal to create a full reserve study, or one of our update products by clicking on the Request a Proposal button at the upper right corner of our home page. And while you're on our home page, if you didn't get a notification of this webinar, you can scroll to the bottom of any page and sign up for our email list. We also have a great book called Understanding Reserves, available on Amazon. It's a great desktop reference of reserve study basics and some of the advanced concepts we went over today. If you're want to reach for it and look for it and bookmark it and dog ear it and have a ready reference, that's a great asset to have for your association. And I'll include a link to a free download of Chapter 1 in the outline of today's program. And another resource, another free one, is our weekly 30-minute podcast for board members called HOA Insights, Common Sense for Common Areas. For you podcast listeners, it's the best. It's designed to encourage and equip board members on a weekly basis by profiling some board heroes, inspiring stories, interviews with industry experts, insights on current events, more things like that. You can subscribe from any of the major podcast platforms, listen from the show's website, hoainsights.org, or you can watch on our YouTube channel. Board members, I think you'll really like it, and you'll find a home in that online community. Managers, send your board members there. It's a safe place for them to get regular training, encouragement, and reinforcement on best practices, all the things that you're probably saying to them over and over and over again. They're going to hear it from us on the podcast. And with that, I'll bring our prepared contents to a close and turn the microphone over to Paige, who will coordinate our Q&A time together.
At Association Reserves, we make the present less stressful and the future more secure. If you want to join us in this mission, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see us address in a future video. Let's plan for your best future.